Maybe one of these days it'll notify somebody I'm live. Good evening. Good evening. I'm going to gather some people in here before I start talking. So just bear with me. This mainly goes out to the members of the SCV. Yes, it does, to the members of the SCV. And I want all the members of the SCV to watch this. Because they really... This video ain't about me. It's about the history and heritage of the South. And the future of it. Go White Rabbit. Like I said, I'm trying to gather some people before I start talking because I don't like to sound like a broken record all the time. Having to keep repeating myself over and over and over and over and over. Well, I've got about 55 people in here on Facebook and 12 over here on YouTube. Okay, guys, it's like this right here. My ancestors fought in the Civil War, like many of y'all's out there did. Okay? The SCV is basically to preserve the history and heritage of the South. Okay? That's what your primary function is for, is to keep the history and heritage alive. That's the reason you take the oath, from the best I understand. I've never tried to join the SCV. Why? Because me and the SCV leadership don't have the same beliefs. That's pretty easy to see. I'm for fighting for the history and heritage of the South. Not to sit back and give it away and make excuses. Y'all have seen that out here out of me. You've seen that out of the rest of the highwaymen too, not just me. You want to know what I can do to contribute to the history and heritage of the South? Probably the best thing I've ever been able to do to contribute to the history and heritage of the South. And that's come out and back KRAC George Johnson for national president of the SCV. That's the best thing I can do to protect the history and heritage of the South right now. Paul Gremlin told KRAC if he didn't like the way the SCV was being ran, run against him. Well, make your choice. If you in for barbecues and just doing reenactments and little meetings, Paul Gremlin's your man. If you're for somebody that's going to get out here and fight tooth and nail for your history and your heritage, that has proved it time and time again, KRAC Johnson is your man. KRAC Johnson was at New Orleans when that went down there, the same as me. KRAC Johnson's been out here organizing and trying to pull support to keep your history and heritage alive, as he has been bucked time after time after time by the leadership of the SCV. K-Rack Johnson's a fighter, not some cut-rate politician. That he's going to do what's best for the SCV. He's going to do what's best for our history and heritage of the South and honoring our ancestors. The Highwayman supports K-Rack Johnson. I support K-Rack Johnson. Because I've stood with the man enough that he fights for what's right. But me, not being a member of the SCV, I have no power in the SCV whatsoever. Nor does any of the other highwaymen, really much. But you make up your mind what's important to you. The oath you took. Who you're going to back for national president of the SCV. Who are you going to back? You going to back a man that's come out here and fought many, many fights to keep our history and heritage alive? Or you going to come out here and support a man that just likes to have barbecues and reenactments? That's your choice. You know, guys, we're losing many, many monuments. We've lost many, many, many monuments. And all I've heard is stand down, stand down, stand down. We'll get our lawyer after it. Your lawyer ain't one shit. You ain't got the community support. You ain't got no organization in the community to help try to keep these monuments. That lawyer ain't gonna do you no good. When you got the whole city council, these cities against you. Because you ain't got public support out here to keep your damn monuments. K-Rack Johnson knows this. Me and him has talked about it extensively. So has James Dale Brock. You're not going to get to keep your history and your heritage if you don't fight for it. K-Rack Johnson knows this. Now, I know a lot of the members of the SCV does not like me. I'm fine with that. I don't expect you to like me. I don't even give a damn if you like me. But we do have one thing in common. We do care about our history and heritage being destroyed. And the biggest contribution I can do at this point right now to the history and heritage of the South is back K-Rack Johnson. For national president of the SCV. Where real change will be made to bring the name back to what it's supposed to be. Sons of Confederate veterans. To honor the oath. Like me or don't like me, I speak the truth. There's a lot of SCV members out there that it breaks their heart to see our history and heritage get tore apart and swept away by some green-haired punks, while their leadership keeps telling them to stand down. It's time to be more than just Southern gentlemen. It's time to fight like Southerners. It's time the SCV comes together and puts their numbers and their force behind preserving the history and heritage of the South. And I know K-Rack Johnson will do that. That's the reason I'm making this video. And that's the reason he has my support and he has the highwayman support. And anybody out here that gives a damn about history and heritage, I guarantee you he has their support. The man has proved himself many, many, many times out here. Many times. He ain't got to prove no more than what he's already proved. And Facebook locks up naturally. Waiting on the signal to come back for Facebook. It's got a bad habit about that here lately. And it might come back and it might not. There's back, finally. It's back finally, guys. It's time to membership. You want to talk about real change? Here's the membership's chance of the SCV to make real change. The hierarchy of the SCV has been promising K-Rack Johnson change for 3 years, and they've just been bullshitting him along to keep his mouth shut. They hadn't been shit change. Nothing has changed. He is getting tired of getting empty promises about change. The way to make real change in the SCV is support K-Rack Johnson. You know what, guys? I'm a fighter. I'm not afraid of fighting. Never have been. You know what? If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose fighting. I damn sure ain't going to lose laying down. They're going to know I've been there. You better think about it that way too. You can't win no battles if you're not going onto the battlefield. That's one thing that's going to have to change. You want to talk about doing things right? There you go. Y'all going to have upcoming elections real soon. One of you come out and nominate K-Rack for president. Start making that change. Get behind him. Look what he's done down there in Memphis. Look what he's done in Oxford. Look at the part he played in NOLA. What other SCV leadership have you had that's done that much? Name them. I'd like to hear it. You want to talk about Southern leadership, Southern generals? There he is. K-Rack Johnson is the modern day Robert E. Lee. If you want back a winner, you better get behind him because he's the modern day Robert E. Lee. Just with an Amish beard. He'll take the battle to them. It won't be all this stand down bullshit. He'll bring back the name of the SCV as a real power once again. And that's what needs to be shown, is power. Real leadership. Yes, he was at Shreveport last Saturday. He damn sure was. K-Rack Johnson believes in God, family, and country. He's also a highwayman. He was also one of the organizers of the first Confederate 901. And he still continues that down there in Memphis. He's out doing things practically all the time, fighting for his history and heritage. That's what I got to say. You may not like me. You may not like what I've had to say about the SCV. All I'm wanting to do is the SCV to stand and fight like their ancestors did for what was right, for what was theirs. That's what I'm asking y'all to do, is make the right choices too. But you got to have the right man to get behind. You got to have the right man that stands behind you. And that's K-Rack Johnson. Guys, that's about all I got to say. We'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Might see you tomorrow night sometime.